The news you can count on. Mayport to Ponte Vedra Beach. The Island Times News Update begins right now. Here's Tom Patton.
Welcome to the Island Times News Update. I'm Tom Patton. Work on the Duval County Shore Protection Project will continue through December 3rd and then be suspended until May of 2017, according to the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. The goal remains to restore the protection features. The Duval County Shore Project is nourishing 7 miles of eroded beach and additionally rebuilding dunes devastated by Hurricane Matthew's passing in October. The City of Jacksonville and the Corps' Jacksonville District expedited beach cleanup, land and sea surveys, contracts, and construction work along the shoreline since the storm. The additional dune work funded by the City of Jacksonville, started in early November, will continue along all of the beaches, including Jacksonville, Neptune, and a portion of Atlantic Beach. Project manager Jason Harris said everyone hoped to continue the work through the winter until it was completed. However, the contractor's dredge schedule was fully booked with other contractual requirements. The dredge will remobilize in the spring with the goal of completing the work prior to the 2017 hurricane season. Harris says design work is ongoing now to address areas eroded by Matthew in the southern portion of the project, which was completed prior to the storm, but too far south to include in the November-December work progression. Crews will also complete the berm and dunes in the north. Well, speaking of the hurricane season, the 2016 Atlantic hurricane season ended Wednesday, and NOAA said it was the first above-normal season since 2012. The Atlantic saw 15 named storms during 2016, including 7 hurricanes, 3 of which were major hurricanes: Gaston, Matthew, and Nicole. 5 named storms made landfall in the U.S. during 2016, the most since 2008, when 6 storms came ashore. Hurricane Hermine was the first hurricane to make landfall in Florida since Wilma in 2005. The strongest and longest-lived storm of the season was, of course, Matthew, which reached maximum sustained surface winds of 160 miles per hour and lasted as a major hurricane for 8 days from September 30th to October 7th. Matthew was the first Category 5 hurricane in the Atlantic Basin since Felix in 2007. Matthew caused storm surge and beach erosion from Florida through North Carolina and produced more than 10 inches of rain, resulting in extensive freshwater flooding over much of the eastern Carolinas. The storm was responsible for the greatest U.S. loss of life due to inland flooding from a tropical system, since torrential rains from Hurricane Floyd caused widespread and historic flooding in eastern North Carolina in 1999. The Atlantic Beach Commission on Monday night discussed a proposed ordinance for a pilot program to allow residents to keep hens in their backyards in the city. Commissioner Blythe Waters requested that the city staff draft the proposed ordinance. The program would be similar to those considered recently in Neptune Beach and approved in Jacksonville Beach, in that residents would be limited to 5 hens kept in coops not visible to neighbors. It specifies the size of the coops and would require them to be kept in a clean and sanitary condition. Those applying for the $50 per year permits to keep hens would have to complete a poultry keeping seminar offered by Duval County. Commissioner Waters said that keeping backyard hens is becoming more popular and is a way to connect children to where their food comes from.
Chickens are uniquely suited for backyard keeping. Their space demands and requirements are rather limited in comparison to many of the other animals that are food producing. They are particularly quiet and not destructive as well.
But Commissioner Mitch Harding said there could be some issues in some neighborhoods.
I'm personally familiar with an issue that occurred in Jacksonville with a citizen that got the required permit, spent $2,000 on a coop, and then all the neighbors went to the property owners association who had signed off on it, and they objected to it, so now she can't keep chickens, and she's spent $2,000 to build a chicken coop.
The Commission was generally in favor of the proposed ordinance and will consider it on first reading at their next regularly scheduled meeting, December 12th. Well, when we come back, Atlantic Beach tackles its problem with long meetings. This is the Island Times News Update.
The news you can count on. The Island Times News Update will be right back.
Beaches Academy Child Care Center in Jacksonville Beach has been offering affordable, loving child care to families in the Beaches communities for 35 years. Conveniently located on Penman Road, Beaches Academy offers care for children from infants through preschool, with programs that encourage learning and outdoor play. Our affordable tuition means families can get quality child care at a price that fits their budget. Contact Beaches Academy at 246-3885 and schedule a tour of our center. Beaches Academy, the child always comes first. Charlie's Tropic Heating and Air Conditioning in Atlantic Beach offers a full range of residential and commercial heating and air conditioning services, from new installation to replacement and remodeling. Charlie's Tropic Heating and Air Conditioning can keep your home comfortable year-round, and they offer preventive maintenance contracts to keep your system running at peak efficiency. Charlie's Tropic Heating and Air Conditioning is an authorized Bryant dealer and will service all brands. For year-round comfort in your home or business, contact the original Charlie's Tropic Heating and Air Conditioning at 241-1788.
Welcome back to the Island Times News Update. I'm Tom Patton. Atlantic Beach Mayor Mitch Reeves on Monday night opened a discussion with the Atlantic Beach Commission about the length of their meetings, which have routinely run as long as 5 hours. Reeves said he has learned through attending seminars at the Florida League of Cities and other places that studies show fatigue sets in after about 4 hours, and he's concerned the panel might sometimes not be making the best decisions for the city when meetings go longer. One idea that Reeves suggested was to set a meeting end time of 10 p.m.
And at 10, we adjourn, and then it takes a majority of us to extend it from 10 to go another 30 minutes or an hour. Or we say at 10 we quit, and we come back the next day, or we come back at another time.
Reeves also suggested that the commission might set aside some time after public comments to respond to things that might have been brought up by the residents during courtesy of the Florida visitors. Commissioner Jimmy Hill agreed with that idea, as well as the concept of trying to make the meetings more efficient, but he thinks that it should be tried on a trial basis.
I just want to not get stuck doing something, and then I want to keep a really keen eye on not using the meeting structure to control the end result. So I like the idea. I would like to sunset anything we do and then take official action on it if it was a positive change. 3 or 4 meetings or whatever the commission decides.
The commission will discuss the idea further at another meeting. Well, Mayor-elect Elaine Brown and Councilman-elect Rory Diamond will be sworn in and take their seats on the Neptune Beach City Council on Tuesday, December 6th. Brown won the general election on November 8th, while Diamond was unopposed in his bid for the council seat, vacated by Councilor Kara Tucker due to term limits. Councilor Scott Wiley was also unopposed in his re-election bid and retains his seat on the council. There are no changes on the Jacksonville Beach City Council. All of the members who sought re-election were successful in those bids and will continue on the council for another 4 years. Well, Josh's Run for Paws, a 5-kilometer walk-run benefiting Paws Park Dog Park, is Saturday, December 3rd from 9 a.m. until noon. Money raised from Josh's Run for Paws 5K will be used to install benches, shelters, agility courses, and AstroTurf at Paws Park. Registrants are encouraged to run or walk with their dogs. The 19th Street Charities invites you to attend a Toys for Tots holiday charitable event at the Seawalk Pavilion on Saturday, December 3rd. 19th Street Charities, a nonprofit organization made up of local Jacksonville Beach residents and friends, supports the U.S. Marines and their Toys for Tots program. Welcome the U.S. Marines as they arrive at the Seawalk Pavilion, escorted by hundreds of local motorcyclists, the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, and the City of Jacksonville Beach Police Department. Bring a toy, participate in the assembly line to help load Marine trucks with bicycles and toys, and visit with Santa and Mrs. Claus. The event begins at noon. And there will be a holiday celebration and Christmas tree lighting ceremony on Saturday at 2:30 in Beaches Town Center. The event includes a bike parade, crafts, face painting, hay rides, train rides, and entertainment during the day. The mayors of Atlantic Beach and Neptune Beach come together to light the festive tree at the east end of the North Beaches Town Center at 6 p.m., and that's followed by the arrival of Santa Claus.
The news you can count on. Mayport to Ponte Vedra Beach, forecasting your beaches. This is your local look weather.
The National Weather Service says we can expect sunshine on Saturday with a high in the mid to upper 60s and a low in the low 60s. Then it will warm up a bit on Sunday. We'll see highs in the low 70s and lows in the low 60s through the first part of the week. The Island Times is always digital, always free at theislandtimes.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter to be the first to know about stories posted on the Island Times. I'm Tom Patton. Thanks for watching.